Hey friends, this is our Reiki Restorative class, and today we're going to be discussing coming back to the self, inhabiting the self. One of the predominant issues that we have in life seems to stem from the fact that we believe ourselves to be separate from God, that we do not access God from within our own being, that I am that exists within each and every one of us, that first and foremost truths of all of our beings. So today we're going to be doing a meditation from Joe Dispenza, and it's a really beautiful one. He's talking about inhabiting the self here in this portion of the book that I'm going to be reading before we engage in the meditation. But we're going to go ahead and get comfortable in our restorative posture before I start to read this particular portion of the book, so that you can go ahead and come back inside, draw your attention and awareness back inside as you listen to this information and recognize how you choose to integrate it, how it feels within your own being as you accept this energy, recognizing it either as truth or misinformation, and then digging a little bit deeper into those areas that feel truthful to you, that feel like they need your attention. So today you can come into whatever restorative posture feels the very most comfortable and safe to you. If you have a favorite restorative posture that you know that you can be in for some time comfortably, you can go ahead and begin to engage in that, or you can also engage in your comfortable Shavasana or corpse pose posture, ensuring that you're using whatever props and comfortable pillows and blankets and things that you need to make yourself feel the very most comfortable. Today I'm also going to invite you that if you choose, you can remain in a seated, comfortable position with a nice, long, straight spine, tailbone, sits bones rooted into the earth. So go ahead and become comfortable in whatever position it is that you choose, making sure that you also have any music, gentle music that you want to play in the background, anything that you might need handy, a drink of water, or any of those kinds of things at all. Go ahead and make yourself the very most comfortable that you possibly can. And once you find yourself nice and comfortable in that beautifully supported posture, draw your attention and your awareness back inside by taking the bridge of the breath from the physical body back to the spirit. Closing the eyes and drawing the focus up towards the brow point center. Or just gently resting, the eyes closed, and the focus back on the self. And once those eyes are closed and you're breathing deeply into the body, everything is nice and relaxed and comfortable. We will begin. One of the biggest lies we've come to believe about ourselves and our true nature is that we are nothing more than physical beings defined by a material reality, devoid of dimension and vital energy, and separate from God, which I trust you know by now is within us all and all around us. To keep the truth about our reality and our real identity from us is not only enslaving, but it asserts that we are finite beings, living a linear life that lacks real meaning. The dictum that there are no realms and no life beyond our physical world, and that we have no control over our destiny, is not a truth that you and I should ever believe in. It is my desire that you become empowered by a bit of knowledge in this work to help you see who you really are. You are a multidimensional being who creates your reality. And to do so means that you're going to have to lose your mind and create a new one. But when we fully lay down the old familiar life or mind and start creating the new, there is a moment between the two worlds that is bereft of anything we know. And most rush back from this void to the familiar, that place of uncertainty, the unknown, is what the maverick, the mystic, and the saint know to be fertile ground. To live in the realm of the unpredictable is to be all potentials at once. Can you become comfortable in this empty space? If you can, you are the nexus of a great creative power, the I am. To biologically, energetically, physically, emotionally, chemically, neurologically, and genetically change ourselves and to stop living the unconscious affirmation that competition, strife, success, fame, physical beauty, sexuality, possessions, and power are the be-all and all in life. It's when we break from the chains of the mundane. I fear that this so-called recipe for ultimate success in life has kept us from looking outside of ourselves for answers and true happiness. Has kept us looking outside of ourselves for answers and true happiness when the real answers and true joy have always been within. So where and how do we find our true self? Do we create a persona that is shaped by associations with the outer environment, which perpetrates the lie? Or do we identify with something within us that is real, is everything outside us, and create a unique identity which has awareness and a mind that we can emulate? It is that infinite resource of information and intelligence, personal and universal, that is intrinsic to all human beings. It is an energetic consciousness that is filled with such coherence that when it moves through us, we can only call it love. When the door opens, its frequency carries such vital information that it changes who we are from within. This is an experience that I have humbly learned to live for. It is my hope that you know that you always have access to it if you choose. But if you live life as a materialist, then you will struggle with its existence. Realists will use their senses to define reality, and if they can't see it, smell it, touch it, or hear it, then it doesn't exist. The duality is a perfect scheme for keeping people lost in the illusion. Just keep their attention on the outer reality, and it is ultimately so sensually pleasurable or chaotic, and going within seems too difficult. Your attention is where you're. Put all of your attention on the external material world, and that becomes your investment in reality. On the contrary, command your mindfulness to unfold a deeper aspect of yourself, and your energy will expand that reality. You, as a human being, have the freedom to place your awareness on anything, to develop your ability to manage and properly use this abundance of power is the gift. Whenever you put your thoughts and your awareness, it becomes your reality. If you stop believing that the thought is real, you will fall back into materialism and stop doing the work. You'll simply choose some emotional addiction or habit for immediate gratification, and then talk yourself out of possibility. Herein lies the dilemma. The future reality we create in our minds does not yet provide any sensory feedback, and by the quantum model, our senses should be the last to experience what we create. For this reason, many of us make materialism our law once again and go unconscious. I want to remind you that all things material come from the invisible field of the immaterial, beyond space and time. Simply said, by planting seeds in this world, you see that in time they bear fruit. If you can experience a dream so completely in mind and emotion within the inner world of potentials, then it has already happened to sprout into your outer life. It is the law. But here's the hardest part of this whole process: making or taking the time for your precious self to actually do it. That's it. We are divine creators. It is what we do when we are inspired and pressed to know more. But you and I are also creators of habit. We develop habits for everything. We possess 3 brains that allow us to evolve from knowledge to experience the wisdom. To make whatever we learn implicit through repetition of experience, we can teach the body to become the mind. That is our definition of a habit. The problem is that we have developed habits that limit our true greatness. The survival emotions, which are so addictive, cause us to live without limitation, feeling separate from the source, and forget that we are creators. In fact, the corresponding mind that correlate with stress truly are the reasons why we are controlled by our emotions, live by a lower denominator of energy, or enslaved by a set of beliefs rooted in fear. These so-called normal psychological states have been accepted by most as ordinary and common. They are the real altered states of consciousness. Hence, I want to emphasize that anxiety, depression, frustration, anger, guilt, pain, worry, and sadness, the emotions regularly expressed by billions of people, or by the masses live life knocked out of balance and altered from the true self. It may be the supposed altered states of consciousness achieved in meditation during true mystical moments are actually natural human states of consciousness that we should strive to live by on a regular basis. I accept that contention as my truth. It's time to wake up and be the living example of the truth. It's not enough to espouse these understandings. It's time to live them, demonstrate them, and be at cause in all areas of our lives. When you and I embody such ideals as truth and make them a habit, then they innately become a part of us. Since we are wired to create habits, why not make true greatness, compassion, genius, ingenuity, empowerment, love, awareness, generosity, healing, quantum manifestation, and divinity our new habits? To remove the layers of personal emotions we decided to memorize as our identity, to shed our self-limitations that we have given such power to abandon false beliefs and perceptions about the true nature of reality and self, to overcome our neural inhibitions of destructive traits that repetitively undermine our evolution, and relinquish the attitudes that we have kept from knowing who we really are all a part of finding one's true self. There is an aspect of the self that is a benevolent being who is behind those veils. This is who we are when we are not feeling threatened, fearing loss, trying to please everyone, racing and succeed and scrambling to get to the top at any cost, regretting the past, or feeling inferior, hopeless, desperate, or greedy, just to name a few. When we overcome and remove whatever stands in the way of our infinite power and self, we are demonstrating a noble deed, not only for ourselves, but all of humanity. So the greatest habit you will ever break is the habit of being yourself. The greatest habit you will ever create is the habit of expressing the divine through you. That is when you inhabit your true nature and identity. It is to inhabit. Close your eyes and take a few deep, slow breaths and relax your mind and body. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make your breaths long, slow, and steady. Rhythmically inhale and exhale until you move into the present. When you are in the moment, you are entering a world of possibility. There is a powerful intelligence within you that is giving you life, which loves you so much. When your will matches its will, when your mind matches its mind, when your love for life matches its love for you, it always responds. It will move in you and all around you, and you will see evidence in your life as a result of your efforts to be greater than your environment, to be greater than the conditions in your life, to be greater than the feelings that are in your body, to think greater than the body, to be greater than time, means that you are tagging on the garment of the divine. Then is a reflection of a co-creation with a greater mind. Love yourself enough to do this. Now you can become aware of the space that your lips occupy in space. You can sense the volume of space that your lips are in space. And now you can sense the space that your jaw occupies in space. Can you notice the volume of space that your entire jaw is in space? And now you can feel the space that your cheeks occupy in space, and the density of space that your cheeks take up in space. And now, notice the space that your nose occupies in space. Can you sense the volume of space that your entire nose is in space? And now you can sense the space that your eyes occupy in space. And you can feel the volume of space that your eyes are in space. And now you pay attention to the space that your entire forehead occupies in space, all the way to your temples. Can you sense the volume of space that your entire forehead is in space? And now, can you notice the space that your entire face occupies in space? Can you sense the density of space that your entire face is in space? And now, can you notice the space that your ears occupy in space? Can you sense the volume of space that your ears are in space? And now, can you feel the space that your entire head occupies in space? Can you sense the volume of space that your entire head is in space? And now, can you notice the volume of space that the column of your neck occupies in space? And can you sense the density of space that your entire neck is in space? And now, can you notice the space that your entire upper torso occupies in space? The density of space taken up by your chest, your ribs, your heart, your lungs, all the way to your back and shoulder blades, to your shoulders. Can you sense the volume of space that your entire upper torso is in space? And now, can you become conscious of that space that in your entire upper limbs occupy in space, and the weight of space that your upper extremities are in space? Your shoulders, your arms, your elbows and forearms, the density of your wrists and hands. Can you notice the weight of space that your entire limbs are in space? And now, can you sense the volume of space that your entire lower torso occupies in space? Your abdomen, your flanks, to your ribs, all the way down to your lower spine and back. Can you sense the volume of space that your entire lower torso is in space? And now, can you feel the density of space that your entire lower extremities occupy in space? Your buttocks, your groin, your thighs, the density of space to your knees, the weight of your shins and your calves. Can you notice the volume of space to your ankles and feet? Down to your toes. Your entire lower limbs occupy in space. And now, can you notice the space that your entire upper body occupies in space? Can you sense the density of space that your entire body is in space? And now, can you sense the space around your body in space? And can you notice the volume of space that the space around your body takes up? And can you sense the space that space is in space? And now, can you sense the space that this entire room occupies in space? And can you sense the volume of space that this room takes up in all of space? And now, can you sense the space that all of space takes up in space? And the volume of space that that space is in? We're going to move into the water rising reduction. Your job in this induction is to completely surrender into your body. Let the warm water relax your tissues and allow yourself to feel consumed by this liquid. Imagine warm water beginning to rise. First, it covers your feet and ankles. Feel the warmth of your feet as they are immersed in the water. Allow the water to move higher up now, past your calves and shins, to right below the knees. And feel the weight of your legs from your feet to your calves underwater. Let yourself relax as the water reaches your knees and rises over your thighs. As it surrounds your thighs, feel your hands immersed in this warm water. Feel the warmth consume your wrists and forearms. Now become aware of the soothing water as it encircles your buttocks, your groin, your inner thighs. And as the water rises all the way up to your waist, feeling it submerge your belly, your forearms and elbows. Warm water continues to climb to your solar plexus. Notice as it moves halfway up your arms. Now sense the weight of your body immersed up to your rib cage, under the warm liquid. You feel it consuming your arm. And now allow the water to encircle your chest, move across your shoulder blades. As the water rises all the way up to your neck, allow it to cover your shoulders. From your neck down, feel the weight and density of your body, immersed under this warm liquid. Now as the water moves up past your neck, feel the column of your neck up to your chin immersed in water. Allow the soothing water to move up over your lips and around the circumference of the back of your head as it rises over your upper lip and over your nose. Relax and let it consume you so that the warmth of the water is now right below your eyes. Allow the water to rise above your eyes and feel everything from your eyes down immersed in this warm liquid. Feel it move up around your forehead, above the crown of your head. And as the circumference gets smaller and smaller, allow it to move above your head. And now surrender into this warm, relaxing water. And allow yourself to feel your body in its weightlessness, embraced by this water. Allow your body to feel the density of itself, immersed in this liquid. Feel the volume of the water around your body and the space of your body that it's in. Let your awareness take in the entire room submerged underwater. Sense the space that is filled by the room or consumed by warm water. For a few moments, just feel your body floating in that space. Breathing in the body. Relaxing into the earth. Start coming back to the body, back to the breath. Deepen the breath on the inhalation and exhalation. Gently beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes. Wrapping the hands around the wrists and the feet around the ankles. Taking any gentle stretches that are necessary to draw you fully back into this current moment, in this time, in this space. And rolling over onto the right side in the fetal position. Continue to offer yourself another moment of availability and connectedness to that higher aspect of your own being. Pressing into the palm of the left hand whenever you're ready, drawing yourself upright into a comfortable seated position. so that we can complete our practice today with 3 long Sat Nams. Sat Nam, I am truth. Truth is my name, truth is my identity. These are not empty words. This is the truth, the universal truth that I choose to accept, to embody, to alchemize within my own being. Taking those hands into prayer pose, tucking the thumbs into the breastbone, inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. And then inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Namaste. Sat Nam, I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. Namaste. I honor that unique truth that only you can embody without the desire to change it. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I really like this Dispensa meditation. It's all about drawing ourselves back into our own being, back into our own expression or vibration of being, so that we can connect with the I am that manifests itself through our unique expression of being, to come back inside of the self, to agree to take up space, to acknowledge this is my time, this is my place, coming back inside of the self, connecting to the energetic and the physical body, the oneness of who and what we are, that full union manifestation of being. Divinity expressing itself as humanity. So I appreciate you guys so much today. This is a great meditation to begin to do if you're having trouble staying rooted in your own being, staying rooted in your own expression, your own vibrational manifestation, instead of getting pulled into that whirlpool of energies that can surround us at times, other experiences, other people that suck us, those energetic pulls. We forfeit staying in our own energy when we begin to feed the story of other people, when we begin to tell a story about other people or ourselves, when we move away from the truth of our being and we're no longer acting, speaking, or choosing in a way that uplifts and supports that I am, that truth of our being. So I appreciate you guys so much. Love you guys so much. I would love when you leave me comments. It totally helps me to refine the practice. Telling me what you love, telling me what you would like to see more of, or where things could improve is so, so helpful to me. So please leave comments, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. So until then, bye guys.